Good evening, everybody. My name is Shaman, and this is NXR. I'm bringing to you the season finale for Tier 1 here around Montreal, Canada. This is going to be a beautiful, beautiful race with constructors still to play for between Aston Martin and Ferrari. It's going to be jam-packed, and with me today, my co-commentator partner. Please introduce yourself.
Hello all, I'm J-Will, returning commentator, co-commentator, and I've got the privilege of bringing to you this season finale. I can't promise anything, but I can promise it's probably going to get intense, and someone's probably going to crash its NXR. So, without further ado, qualifying Q1 of the season finale. We get to see the representative paces of all drivers. Time trial would suggest it would go the way of Mark, but he's not with us today. Filling in, Wookie. He's a good driver. Those long-time fans of NXR will know him.
But he is prone to the occasional DNF, isn't he, Joe?
He is. Yaps is taking the risk, taking Wookie today. He's a great driver. We all know his pace, but he has the occasional DNF, and Yaps does not want that today.
Now, the tale of the tape between these two teams, it's been shot for shot every season. Both teams have gone all the way, but thanks to Mark's grand slam last time out in Jeddah, Ferrari have the lead by 12 points. It's going to be a mountain to climb for Kimi, especially since Gale Force hasn't been the best at obtaining points this season for the team. He's going to need to pull something big out today. What do you think going into this qualifying session?
I think the only thing that we can say for sure is that we don't know what's going to happen over the next so and so minutes. I think it'll be probably about the next 2 hours.
2.5 hours?
With you
give
guys. Give or take about half an hour. Yeah. And again, it's been such a wonderful season. From the moment we all set foot in the cockpit of Bahrain to now. This obviously should have been earlier on the calendar, and the calendar should have been done, but I think it was the real life race that postponed this. No, that doesn't sound right.
I actually believe it was Valentine's Day.
Yes, my bad.
Which was an interesting call from the owners, because,
come
on, we're virtual racing drivers.
Yeah, no way any of us have girlfriends or, anything like that.
Speaking of girlfriends, Icelandic Rob is out on an out lap, and it's going to be his final race in Tier 1 for the foreseeable future, as I believe he's moving to Tier 2 next season, along with Gale Force.
Can I first just say, I don't see how that was relevant to what I said before, but unless there's something about Rob we don't quite know.
I mean, what stays in the bedroom stays in the bedroom. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. So, I believe we've got some facts about Rob and Gale that we can talk about.
We have.
Unfortunately, I've got the Twitch chat up right now, so I'd like you to read some of them out when we go on board with Rob on his flying lap.
We'll start with
with
Rob, because he's on his flying lap.
Yeah. We'll be raining in the race, apparently.
Rob dropped into Tier 2 to allow overly fast drivers into Tier 1. Still showing his remarkable talent, he went on to win the championship on race wins just before returning to Tier 1. However, I will point out, Remaster, if you're watching, you get the assist for that one. Oh, kidding there, Remaster, don't worry about that one, mate. It was a great little spin going on there. Rob's complex NXR history has taken him all across the league, achieving 3 podiums in Tier 1, Season 2 Italy, Season 4 Portimao, and Season 4 Singapore, beating the fastest drivers with the wet weather strategy, as well as the collective 145 points over 35 Grand Prix starts. Just some of the remarkable talent we know Rob has. That's an average of 4 points a race, which is pretty good at this level.
Exceptional talent from Icelandic Rob. Gone through a few name changes as well, but he's still the same Rob we know and love.
He's still the same.
I believe his first name was actually supporting his football club, Everton, but recently they've been going through some hard times.
So much time to ditch the boat to support Liverpool.
I mean, I'm not going to say anything, but what I am going to say is he's going to cross the line here, doesn't invalidate on those tricky curbs, and he's going to set the first time of the session for him, and it's a 1:11.6.
I don't know about you, Jeff, but that seems like a good time. to start
I
with.
mean, who's going to be next to come and set a lap? I believe it's going to be Gale
I
Force.
believe we'll
And
get into the 8s
you know what?
today,
Oh, that would be something.
but not in Q1. Definitely not in Q1.
So, Gale Force coming across the line. What's his lap going to be? He jumps Rob by over a second. Great lap from Gale Force. Rob obviously just turning onto wheel recently, so his times are going to be a little bit off the pace.
But
But
he's still the same goat we know and love.
he is still the same Rob with the same racecraft, and he'll be able to go up through the positions even if he doesn't qualify well here today.
And speaking of Gale
Something that-
Force,
Gale Force, are we going to?
ooh,
I believe you have
yes,
some facts
get in.
about Gale Force.
So I was just reacting to Callum, obviously going fastest at the timing board so far. Completely unbiased commentator. So Canada will be Gale Force's 54th Grand Prix start, making him the most experienced driver on the grid, with only 4 drivers achieving 50 race starts. He finished a staggering 52 of those 54 races, only DNFing at Monaco at Turn 1 in Season 1 and Bahrain earlier this season. I think both of those tracks are reasonable to DNF in.
Yeah, fair enough. But to be fair, I do like to, I know at least the Monaco one wasn't even his fault either.
So the manager's great at finishing races. He might not have the world's best race pace. Obviously he knows that, and he's obviously asked for that move down to Tier 2 most probably next season. So this might be the last time we see Gale Force in Tier 1. I hope it isn't.
I'm getting word that your mic is a bit crackly on stream, but you seem fine in the party, so I don't know what 100% is going on with that.
It's probably a Twitch issue, isn't it?
More than likely, yeah.
So
Brad is coming across the line, who informed us that it was going to be a rainy race, apparently.
Gale
So
Force
that
has
will
a
be
finish position of 96%.
really interesting.
It's the highest of any driver.
Oh, driver on driver's been disqualified for blocking the pit lane. The Haas driver.
That's a big loss for the Haas.
The Haas driver, the NXR Academy reserve.
I
He's
thought-
going to be right at the back of the grid.
I thought it was going to be Halsey and Lucan today.
Oh, and he nearly makes contact with the other Haas. Kill switch coming out of the pits.
I thought it was supposed to be Luke and Halsey.
Hmm?
I thought it was supposed to be Luke and Halsey that were Haas today.
I thought it was as well, but I did get a message from Yaps about certain drivers, and while these drivers are here, we were told that we were going to be getting people from the Academy instead. As an AC Lion, doing what he did in Tier 2, he's gone pole. An Artifact jumps in by 0.3 of a second. Oh, wow.
That is a very,
Already
very good
knocking
lap
on the
Artifact.
door.
But you know what? This makes it more interesting because the race winner isn't looking likely to be an Aston Martin or a Ferrari, but we haven't seen the lap of Kimi yet. So these extra obstacles...
I mean, I'm
as we
sure
call
Kimi
them-
will definitely come to play here. We've got Ulfdog and Ryan redeeming hydrates. I've only got vodka next to me, and I don't think that's going to be good for me to hydrate. So you're
Go
going to
on,
have to do drinking
one
for both of
bottle
us,
per
Jable.
hydrate. Right, I actually really
One
need to
bottle
hydrate,
of
so
no,
thank you.
we're not having that.
That's one.
Got Labruno on a flying lap on this medium compound of tyre. A lot of drivers, some of the drivers opting for mediums.
Do you know what I did last week during the Tier 2 stream?
What did you do?
I redeemed a shout-out. Well, it might have been your one. And it didn't happen again. So I spent 10,000 bits on a shout-out that I didn't get.
Oh dear.
I know. Apparently the stream didn't show that I spent it, but my bits were definitely gone. That sounds very weird.
Well, I mean, if it was me, I would have definitely read it out or explained that it didn't come up.
But yeah, I've got a screenshot for it, so say something nice about me, Joe.
You want me to say something nice
I want you
about
to say something nice about me.
Twitch friendly or not Twitch friendly?
Let's say Twitch friendly for the benefits of the under 12
You're a
viewers,
great
such as
co-commentator to have with me.
Thank you. That's worth the 10,000 bits. That's worth the 10,000 bits. Well, I've now got 11,000, so I'm amassing these channel points.
Oh, Labruno going right close to the World of Champions there. Being a champion himself, he's lucky to avoid it, and only goes P9 on the medium compound, but he has jumped Gale Force. And now Kimi's on a flying lap. We're going to go on board with him. He's got Yoan in front of him on an outlap. Don't hold up your championship person, Yoan. There you go. Get out of the way.
And if anyone's with us today that's for the first time viewer in NXR, I just want to maybe take a few seconds to explain how we do things in NXR. So we have two separate standings. We have Tier 1 and Tier 2. What you're watching today is Tier 1. And on Monday nights at the same time, we have Tier 2. Some great drivers in Tier 2 as well, such as Untitled, Ulf Dog, Luke, Halsey. And tomorrow is just as interesting in Tier 2. We've got the title showdown where Lion, as you might recognise his name from this session, might win the championship despite not racing the last 4 races, which would be phenomenal. We might also, it's also a two-way battle. Yeah.
And so does Kimmy.
Thanks, Ryan. I can see it. Thank you for reminding me that my team are losing 2-0. Thanks for that. This is great. Barcelona fans are going to be giving it the big one after.
Yeah. 2-0 Barca.
Yeah,
I've been told to tell you.
They haven't been winning. They haven't won the last 5 games against us, but they're going to give it the right big one about this one, aren't they?
I mean, who's in the Champions League?
Exactly. Tin Pot Europa League
But
teams.
we're here to talk about Formula 1 and not football.
We are.
So we were talking about that.
Yes, I agree.
And as we see, C. Davies, a McLaren driver who hasn't had the best run of form this season, but's been a great person to be around and a loyal member of the McMartin family who's going to be going to team principal of Mercedes and Williams next season. Icelandic Rob is stepping down, and replacing him will be this man that's just gone P11 for you all. What do you think of that?
I think that Steve Davis in P11 with a 1:10.3 is a good lap time for him this season. However, if it was last season, Steve Davis would probably be a bit
I mean about being the team principal for Mercedes Williams.
Yeah, I think it was a good call from Rob. I think Steve Davis is definitely the type of guy who's going to embrace that role and do quite well with it. He was a bit gutted because I put in for that role as well, but I think he's definitely the right guy for that job. I think if there's one person I think who would do that job well, it's definitely him. His main pitch being to help bring drivers that are perhaps deemed as slower to be better was enough for anybody really to say, yeah, that's the guy they want to get in. And yeah, I think it's
on board with Kimmy here, who seems to be getting a tow from Johan.
If he is, that's good teamwork from Mick Martin. Is that something that you've...
It's a double tow for Johan.
Is that something that you've worked out between you?
I'm sure it would have been, because Kimmy getting pole here will be vital for Australia. He's going to get a triple toe, is Kimmy from Johan. This McLaren is giving him what we refer to in the business as the suck.
The suck, right. I'm not going to call it that. Because I'm not childish right now.
Oh, look how close Kimmy's getting to that back of the McLaren.
It's a good lap.
It's got him fastest by 0.3 of a second.
It's Q1. I don't want to get carried away with this kind of lap from Kimmy, because if he was behind the artifact before he had the toe, you can't say he'll have a toe definitely in Q3.
I mean, it depends if Johan and C. Davis can get in to help him out in the later stages, but this is an example of the McMartin teamwork that Ali has been striving for all season, and I'm trying to also get the Tier 2 lads to do, and it's just an exceptional display of what we're looking to achieve, and Kimmy's going to be giving Johan a tow on the next lap, possibly, if he doesn't go into the pits. Obviously, he's invalidated now. No, Leon's invalidated.
Ah, right, okay. I didn't... Yeah, you said that, actually.
How about Twitch chat doing? Anyone see that Steward's glorious... probably not best to mention that, but yes.
No, he's on about his face, Jeff. He's on about his face. He had nice...
I mean, sure, yeah.
He had nice face cheeks.
So, who do you think is going to win the Constructors?
There's only one way I can see this one going right now. Cue Patriotic National Anthem of Italy, because that's an absolute tune. Second time we'll hear it today. Yeah, I think it only goes that way. I think maybe if Mark was here, as good as Bucky is, I think I'd be a bit more sure that it was going that way, although Mark does have a tendency to no, I can't really say bottle, because he's not been bottling this season, but he has a tendency to maybe make 1 or 2 mistakes when the pressure gets higher, should we say.
Perhaps. On board of a lap of Callum now. His softs are 5 laps old, J-Wall.
With our car, my car.
Callum 11.
Yes. Right, well, I have full belief in him. If that's what you want to know.
I mean, he is currently up on his time by a 10th, but his tyres must be screaming. This is qualifying, and he's doing a race trim on them.
He's just getting used to the track, mate, isn't he? He's just getting used to the track, taking his time to find his feet here, and just yeah. He's doing a cow. He's doing what I call.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not. I mean, that's a good
Very,
lap,
very
though.
close.
Good lap. Goes faster than
And
yaps.
Callum does improve just a little bit more, and I believe that his tyres finally gone. On board with Jamie Jacko, who's about 4 tenths up in his time, and Gifted has crashed.
Gifted's crashed. Or was he retired in the
mean,
pits?
I think he's retired in the pits before his car's gone in because he hasn't
Yes,
dropped
he
down
has.
to P15.
The Red Bull pit crew currently bringing his car into the pit lane. So
We've got Jamie Jacko here on a very, very good lap, though. He'll certainly jump up into the safe zone if it keeps going like this.
So your benchmark then
How's he going to handle?
9.8.
Well, I mean, let's see what he does with this lap. He does improve
With
up into P11 for
1/10
110
lap.
dead. Milkman on a lap as well. He's currently in the drop zone. Something that you didn't expect from this Red Bull driver, probably, coming into this. He should be able to get out of Q1 here, but he's leaving it a bit late, isn't he, J-Wall?
Yeah, I definitely think so. There's Johan right about here. I was just looking at this good updates.
Johan's on a lap behind, so we're going to focus on Milkman first and then jump over to Johan.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He's not that much up there, Milkman, isn't. He was looking alright on his race runs earlier. He's 2 tenths up now. That's all. He was looking good on his race runs in the practice program that he does. And I don't think he'll be perhaps too concerned about his lack of pace and quality because he knows he's got the race pace. But this is rather concerning if you're Cam 28 watching this and you're thinking, you know, we need to. I don't know what crucial battle is on really for the Red Bulls. So if you'll just excuse me for a second whilst I find out.
Milkman up in the P9 as we go on board with Johan, who's coming up to the double DRS straight here.
So the Red Bulls aren't really fighting Alfa Romeo in front, but they are fighting Alpine, and there's 8 points between them. So, big day here for Gifted, Milkman, Radders and
Good
Jacko.
lap here from Johan. This is going to take him into the safe zone.
Yeah.
With a 109.9, that's a great lap from Johan late on. That might see him through, as both of his teammates are now currently in the drop zone and both out on laps right in front of each other.
It's going to be very important.
Galeforce just behind C. Davies. We're going to go on board with both of these drivers here. Both of them in the drop zone, both of them McMartin. And I'm sure C. Davies will be wanting to help out Galeforce here, who is in the fight for championships. And both of the McLeods had an issue, and it's caused Galeforce to slow down on a lap.
That's a confusing issue because I'd have thought they'd been working together.
No one has made a mistake, and it's caused C. Davies to have an issue, and then therefore Galeforce. Disaster! And Galeforce is invalidated!
Whatever McMartin were planning there, it's just gone really, really south and really, really fast.
Ali must be blowing a fuse, as we've seen that perfectly. They're all going to have to go around again. And they need to commit to this now, because Johan has made both of his drivers that are currently in the drop zone leave it to the last possible moment now. They can't go into the pits. They need to go out now, and they need to do it then.
Drops is retired in the pit lane. He thinks he's safe. I would argue it's very much safe. But, you know, interestingly,
message from Lottie. Shout out to all the lads at NXR for making this season such an eventful and amazing one. It's been great as a spectator to watch along and see what the lads have accomplished, and I also can't wait to see what the draft will be like and the next season and it brings. Also for me, massive shout out to McMartin lads for giving me a chance to race in Tier 2.
Is she racing tomorrow?
I don't know if she's racing next up. We've got Kimmy behind Galeforce. Unfortunately, Kimmy was not able to come out in time to give a tow for Galeforce. Kimmy is obviously in the session. But what Kimmy might be able to do is give a tow for C. Davies.
Is this perhaps the most important lap of Aston Martin this season, if whether Galeforce can get out of Q1? He needs to beat a 110 flat. That's Jacko's time. He needs to beat that. If he doesn't, he's out.
Worst case scenario here, you've got Kimi giving C. Davies a tow. Be interesting. Oh no, he's slowing down, he's invalidated. C. Davies is not going to be able to go through. And it's all down to Gale Force.
That's bad news for C. Davies.
Bit wiggly on the exit.
Is
he going to be able to get through? It would certainly be an upset. P17. He does improve, but it's not enough. And Yowen is the sole McMartin through to help Kimi. After him screwing C. Davies and Gale Force's laps. It's a crying shame. Icelandic Rob. Kill switch, drive on driver, Gale Force and C. Davies all out.
How big do you reckon the influence of McLaren and Haas are going to be in this race on deciding the constructors? Have they been briefed?
I know McLaren will be giving their very best to help Aston Martin, but I don't know about Haas. Haas are filled up with 2 academy graduates, or 2 academy drivers right now. They do want to prove themselves, and perhaps they're going to prioritise their own races over the Ferrari Championship.
But is the best way to prove yourself, perhaps, to help out and play the team game? Here.
I'm not sure, because most of the team principals do love a good team game, but you need pace to show yourself here. And if you don't have the pace, there's no point in you being signed. There's a reason why Gale Force is dropping down to Tier 2 despite his outstanding team game.
Yes, exactly. I think, the Tier 3 drop is inevitable for myself because of that. Obviously.
But the 5 drivers in this session being knocked out are C. Davies, Gale Force, Kill Switch, Icelandic Rob, and Driver on Driver.
Perhaps the biggest shot there is C. Davies.
I would have to agree. Bit of a mix-up in the McLaren.
It screwed him, yeah. I think it did.
Yep, it did screw him. There's no way of sugarcoating that. It screwed him.
But I mean, that also there was a plan there. There was a tactic.
For sure. And I'm sure Ali must have blown a gasket when he saw that happen.
You know, it wasn't that people weren't wanting to help each other. It was just that there was some sort of miscommunication.
It was a mistake.
Yes, and it happened.
It was a mistake. But it is advantage Ferrari, as we sort of knew it would be, but we'd at least thought both of the McLaren drivers would be there to help out Kimi. But unfortunately, it's not turned out that way, and Wookie and Yaps look to take control of this qualifying session now ahead of Aston Martin. But with the likes of Lion and Artifact still here, they could be contenders for the pole.
This 15 minutes is potentially the biggest part of the qualifying here, the most important part, because if you can get Yowen through, that then makes it a 2v2. You can get your toe. Kimi can get a toe, and he can get on that front row. You can get pole. Honestly, the outside threat of what can happen here in this race is Artifact has got the pace, he's up there. Drops has got the pace, he's up there. So it's not just a straightforward Ferrari or Aston Martin to win the race. It's not.
It's definitely not, no.
There's other drivers in there.
The potential issue here is, unlike the real F1 now, Q2 tyre still matters here in NXR for this game. And depending on the tyres that are chosen by these 2 sets of teams, it could be interesting to see where that brings them. On board with Razza here as he starts the lap. He didn't get the best exit out of that last couple of corners, so hopefully he'll still be able to set a good lap here on the mediums. What are your thoughts on Razza and how he's been this season? Obviously he's had that one race that has brought him a lot of attention, but I don't think he's done much more than that.
Without trying to be too critical of Razza, because I think he's a good driver, I think his first debut season has been a bit of a meh. And this is coming from, from me. So, obviously, Razza, I'm not trying to get a dig at you or anything. Obviously, you're miles clear of you in Tier 2, you'd beat me after the race. But relative to the other drivers in Tier 1, other than that one phenomenal drive, maybe he's had the pace, but he just hasn't had the racecraft to get the results. But his pace has definitely been there. So, I think in conclusion, I think if Razza can get his racecraft up next season, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And I think whoever gets him would be a really smart choice if you can harness his raw pace.
And that's an interesting point of who gets in, because obviously those who aren't integrated with NXR might not understand what we mean by that. Because every season we sort of host a draft just before the season begins, and it's a snake system, really, in essence, just to sort of designed to be as balanced as possible. But obviously, with some drivers, you're going to want more than others, and is Razza going to be a driver that people want to pick for themselves before the season begins?
Untitled Chapter didn't qualify last. Well, it was nice to see a driver set the bar high. I was just kidding, Untitled. It's a good outing.
You do is that's my strategy every race weekend, right?
Does not
Milkman
qualify
setting
last.
a 109.4 on softs, but Bradders with a 110.2 on the mediums. I think that's a decent lap from Bradders.
That is a decent lap. I reckon maybe I might struggle to get out because I'm the mediums. But it's a good medium lap. He might have to go back on the softs, but we'll see. He's a 1.2 clearance.
It's definitely going to be those ones where it could go either way, the Bradders time there.
Definitely.
If you're a Kimmy, a Wookie, or Yaps, you want to get into the 109s on these mediums, but
yes. And Milkman is in the 109s.
Yaps on the softs, actually. That's interesting. That's an interesting move. The Ferraris have gone for softs.
Both Ferraris. They clearly figured something out between them. Found a little bit of a pace advantage in a certain place.
I mean, it seems to be a two-stop this race. Soft, medium, soft, or medium, soft, soft, to my knowledge. So it's going to be interesting to see how they integrate this. Yap's going across the line here. He should be definitely going provisional pole here, but we'll see where exactly that is. It's a 109.1.
That's a decent lap there. 3 tenths up on Milkman, but I feel...
Yowen here on mediums. He's definitely going again.
Yowen is invalidated. Yep, Yowen's invalidated.
Wookie on an out lap, but Scribbs on a flying lap. Sorry, Kimmy on a flying lap on these mediums.
Right, let's have a look on Kimmy. This needs to be a good lap from our championship winner. I was going to say leader.
My god, it just looks like he taps the wall of champions every time, but it doesn't. I don't think he is.
Phenomenal.
He's gone faster than Yaps on mediums!
That is a phenomenal lap from Kimmy, and that is what Mick Martin needed.
108.9 on the medium compound.
It's absolutely what Mick Martin needed. So, Callum has just started the lap, and I think he's a bit of an underdog in this race. And we always love one of those, like when Naito reserved at Japan, so I'm going to watch his lap.
Big boy claims Ali as he sees Kimmy's lap come up on the timesheet.
It's what was necessary, it's what they wanted to do, it's what they needed to do. Kimmy knows.
I think Kimmy can just retire then and there. He's definitely safe with that 108 time.
He's got to win today, Kimmy has. The pressure's all on him, really. As much as Gale Force, as much as I like Gale Force, I think he's a good driver. I don't think perhaps he's got the real pace to challenge podium here today, especially from P17, but I can definitely see him getting some points. And maybe a Ferrari 2-3 isn't looking likely, not because the Yaps and Wookie don't have the pace, but because there's a lot of drivers that also have the pace. It's a phenomenal...
and Wookie and Yaps don't have that chemistry either.
Yeah,
not the same way that Mark and Yaps do.
I mean, they're both phenomenal drivers, and they're both really, really good, and I'm really looking forward to see what Wookie's got again in Tier 1, but as far as I'm concerned with this, the main issue, the main drawback is going to be that we haven't worked together before, whereas Gale Force and Kimmy have.
On board with Yowen here now, who's failed to set this last couple of laps. Razza also the same, 4-lap old medium, surely that medium start is dead in the water now. Yowen on 2-lap hold, you got to think this is his final one through, but he has set a provisional purple sector 2. That's very surprising. Obviously spectator purples may not be all that we suspect, but to claim that he's faster in the second sector than Kimmy, this might be a blinder.
I feel like it might be a commentator glitch. He's looking fast, but I was say not faster than
It's a
Kimmy.
decent lap. He goes P8 currently on these mediums. Faster than LeBruno on the softs, Jacko on the softs. It's a decent lap.
So obviously, I know who all the driver champions are in NXR. I know we've got we had Bruno, and then we had Chaotix.
Did you turn your mic audio down slightly, by the way? Just
I did, yeah. That's what I saw the guy. I turned it down. We had Chaotix, and then of course we've had Ice Cream. And this season we've had Kimmy. But the constructors, before now, we've had Mercedes, I believe, in Season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Red Bull in Season 2.
Yes, Chaotix, yes.
See, this is where I'm a bit cloudy. Who won season 3? But I think it's
Oh,
Merc
Ice
again.
Cream won season 3, so it is Mercedes again, yes,
And
100%.
this is like the constructors champion, no? Because you can have a
Yeah, no,
different.
yeah.
So we've never had.
No, you can, but Ice Cream was so dominant that he definitely got it.
We've never had a title going both ways kind of situation.
I don't believe we have, no.
So this could be the
But
first season we do.
I do believe we will as well. Like, not to put down Aston Martin, but Ferrari, Yaps has put together a master team in the Ferraris, and it's obviously why Haas have been so in the mud for Tier 1, because they just stacked Ferrari.
So I think obviously it's a good indication of the draft working really, that we're gonna have different championship holders for different sort of championships.
100%.
And obviously Mercedes taking Tier
And
2.
it'll be interesting to see how Yaps puts in his Ferrari team this, because he's not the #1 pick for Ferrari.
I mean, he could just
I
rebuild
don't
the same
believe.
team again. He can get Markin in
In
a half.
theory, yes, but that'll be. But I don't think Mark wants the Haas, which is an interesting story.
Yeah, but Mark doesn't control that. It's the draft.
Yeah, but I think Yaps is willing to respect Mark's wishes in that regard.
Absolutely, I think it's
You
very
never know.
important to do.
Whatever happens, happens.
I'm really
As
looking
we
forward
see
to it.
Labruno coming across the line on these soft compound tyres to set a 1:09.5, which puts him
That is
P6
a good lap
currently
for Bruno.
behind Milkman.
Oh, maybe not. I thought some mediums. Might be at risk there. Obviously,
Jacko coming into the pits.
I can't wait for a new season of NXR to start. I think a new season is great. It's just new beginnings, you know. If you had bad season this season, put it all behind you. Go again.
That's something C. Davies will be looking to do, 100%.
With his new team, Mercedes as well.
Yep.
I think
On board with
definitely
Wookie now,
myself as well.
last person to set a time this session. He is on the soft compound, some fresh softs
So-
compared to the ones he already used this quali.
Can he beat Kimi is the question, because Kimi's lap is still on the mediums and it's still the fastest. Well, that first sector would indicate yes.
Obviously, purples are different depending on the tyre compound you are, so Kimi's could still technically be faster.
It could, but this looks like a good lap from Wookie. He's hitting every single apex, putting it as close as possible to the wall. This is just beautiful to watch. I think it's so nice to see a car just hit every apex, even if it's virtual, but hit every apex and every gear shift and skim every wall. It's just great to see. It makes for great entertainment.
Has Yaps made the right choice getting Wookie in? This lap will be a good indicator of whether he has or not. Coming through the last couple of corners, don't hit the wall of champions. He almost slow weaved into them actually. But let's see where it's going to make him. This is definitely a 108. He's only faster by 0.2.
But it is a good lap though, it was.
It was a great lap, don't get me wrong, and that might be a pole time, just right then and there, but Kimi pulled out a stonking lap on those mediums, a time at which he should stick with, and he should stay on those medium tyres, in my humble opinion.
Absolutely, I think you should.
On board with Bradders on a pair of softs. 3/10 up on his current time as he approaches the final sector. He is in the drop zone, as you point out, J-Will, and he's going to need a bit more than 3/10 to get out of it. Let's see where this time puts him. Opens up the DRS. Comes through these last couple of corners.
He cut it well.
Pretty careful there. But that's a good lap. That's a 109.6.
It's good. He's now the
10.
marker. He's the driver at risk, though. There were 5 fast riders behind him. I would not call him safe just yet. Kimi's retired. Yeah, he's in the right figure right there. On track, is he retired? Because to me it looks like he's going to the hairpin, mate. Can we just confirm that? Jeff, you there, mate? Hey, or did you get up here, Jeff? definitely some kind of issue. So can someone just let me know if one of us, if you can't hear me, or if you can't hear Shaman? If you can't hear me, then you can't be. If you can't hear Shaman, please let me know in the chat. If anyone says anything, I'll assume it's me. I think that's the best way to do it. Hello again. Sorry, I couldn't hear for a second. Yeah, okay, Ryan. At this point, it's just not funny, is it? It's just not funny. Do, 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 do.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Okay, so my I have
Hi.
a controller has decided to stop broadcasting my microphone, and it stopped working, which is unfortunate.
Oh,
But we are back. I'm sorry that I've missed the end of that session. Yoan apparently P11 just not making it through by under a tenth of a second.
oh
Um,
wow. Have you seen his third?
Pardon?
Have you seen his third?
Yeah, great lap from Callum 11.
Yes, that's what I knew he could do it. You know, I really want to see him
I'm really
get in
confused
that
about
top
my own
five.
controller, to be honest, so I don't really know. Brad is going P13, but he says he's happy with that, so I'm all for that encouragement. Good, good lap from him. Well done indeed. Yeah, Yoan missing out by under half a tenth, which is pretty annoying. Oh, thank goodness, that Red Bull was really close to making contact with the Mercedes. But yeah, that's it for Q2. We've got Kimmy and Lion, the only drivers to make it through on the mediums. What do you think about that, J-Will?
I think that's perhaps a very good indication of their true paces. You know, that seems to be a class above a few of the other drivers towards the back end of that qualified session. And I think those two drivers particularly have been so strong this season in their respective tiers. I really hope it's between them two really for this win today, with maybe Artifact Wookie and Yaps in there for the drama. Maybe a Gale Force win. I wouldn't, I'd love that. Who
I think
wouldn't?
we all would. I think everyone in chat would love a Gale Force win. I think a Gale Force win would be the equivalent of Magnussen's P5 here today.
I think it'd be better. No offense to Magnus.
I mean, Kevin Magnussen stole. I don't know how they gave Charles Leclerc driver of the day. That's awful, in my opinion.
He was really good, but
He was, but Kevin Magnussen in a Haas P5. How the hell do you look past that?
yeah, exactly. But then you're saying a Haas, but you don't know really how 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 good that Haas is this season. It seems better than it was. If it was in last season's Haas.
We're hearing from Eugenio that Yaps may have agenda against picking him for the big races.
Yeah, I'd pick him for all the big races.
So would I. So would I. You can't beat Eugenio, as we're looking to get pretty cloudy here, actually. I don't think it's meant to be raining in Q3, but it looks quite dark, don't you think?
I think it looks darker. Yes, definitely. I think.
I mean, everyone's
maybe
already
not
out, so
raining,
this
though.
is going to be very interesting.
I think we tend to see a lot of people rush out anyway for this kind of session. But
Maybe rain could be on the cards here, as the clouds are falling.
it does
Or
look
at
dark.
least it seems to be darkening
I
around this Montreal circuit.
Perhaps track temperature might fall though, and that might mean that you can get faster laps out of it. Because
Very
obviously, when the
interesting,
track
very
cools,
interesting.
I think wait, is it faster when the track cools? You get less rubber sticking to it, which allows you to go faster because you get less friction.
Rain and 10
sure
according to Kimmy in the party with C. Davies. That's going to be interesting, and that does say exactly why everyone has come out.
That's right at the end. So you know how the usual strategy is to wait until the last moment to set your last fire.
You go now. You have to go now.
You have to go fast.
Artifact's going to be the first one to start setting a time. The last one is an Alfa Romeo, but I don't know who. We're going to have this cinematic view here as we're going to be on board with the Artifact as he starts a lap. Yellow flag sector 3. Kimmy slowing up. That's interesting. Has he got damage, Dable?
I think he's slowing up to create a gap. Yeah, he's launched himself off now. He's just slowed up simply to create that gap. So you tell me what sector time Artifact does, and I'll tell you what sector time Drops does. And we'll do a sort of sector by sector comparison.
Well, it was a 19.2 from the Artifact.
And 19.3 for Drops.
So Artifact currently in the lead by a tenth.
On sector 2. We'll probably try and do this at a later for the last one with Kimmy and Yaps or something. Obviously, after time we can
still on board with the Artifact. 40.8 after 2 sectors. That's a good lap.
40.9 for Drops, so pretty much equal through that second sector.
We're going to be jumping straight on board with Kimmy after Artifact crosses the line. And J-Wall is going to be going straight onto Yaps, unless you want to do vice versa.
I've gone to Yaps.
As you see Artifact storming across the line, I think this is going to be a 108.
It's 108.
It is by just enough. It's a 108. And that's going to be a good banker.
So Drops is faster through the final sector as Yaps comes around, brushes against the world champions, and to set a 109.2.
It's a bad lap from Yaps, but it's a fantastic lap from Kimmy. And he goes provisional pole.
Yeah,
Wookie goes P2. He can't match Kimmy's pace.
But Yaps is in P6.
Just coming out of the pits now.
And if this was
invalidated, either or.
If this was to be your final, if this was to be your final standings, then Ferrari would take this trophy back to Italy, back to Maranello. But can Wookie do it in the race?
I've been told by Ryan to inform you that it is 4-0.
Oh, for God's sake.
We do have Callum 11 getting a tow from Wookie perhaps here. Alfa Romeo and Ferrari aren't part of the same team.
Oh, it's raining, Jack. It's raining.
Has it? I didn't see the flash.
Raining. I see
it has started raining.
So is this going to be the final?
Callum 11 has got 1 lap to do this. Jacko is invalidated.
Jacko might.
I think Kimmy might have pole.
That's my boy.
Through the last couple of corners, foot to the floor is Callum 11. Let's see what lap time this gets. And the rain is falling, but he sets himself P8 as Jacko comes into the pits.
I think that's probably it for this qualified session.
I mean, it would be surprising if everyone would retire at this point, but be interesting to see where that goes. I know some people will just try and bring on a new set of softs anyway, but as Ali is saying, big boy from Kimmy there, a 108.7 around the same time as his medium lap, actually. And now I have to ask a question to Ali himself. Are you available to pop in for a quick interview before the start of the race? Because if so, I'm going to get you right in. Because if we get you in, we can also speak to Yaps. He's saying, oh, I'm assuming that means he's got no chance. Unfortunately, Ali will not be able to join us this evening, but, yeah, he still has no Wi-Fi, which is interesting, and I'm going to need to speak to him about that after the race for other arrangements, but, we do have Artifact on a lap right now, down and invalidated. We've got people trying to come out, trying to get something out of this, but
yeah, I don't think we're getting
anything is doing. Artifact jumping Wookiee though is going to be interesting for the start of the race. Lottie, no offense, but your voice won't captivate the same hearts as Ali's. Ali's majestic tone. It won't be good enough, unfortunately. On board with Milkman here, as he just starts a lap.
It's not going to improve. It's just the track looks like it's got no traction.
It will be interesting to see just how much he pushes this then. Because these guys can push it to the limit and crash out. It won't affect where they're standing currently.
I think it will.
1.1 seconds down. No, it won't. Jacko is someone that's going to want to try and get any lap on board, though, because he might be able to sneak himself into 9th with a good enough lap.
I think Milkman's backing off, he knows.
Milkman has backed off, yes. Jacko with a 19.8. That's still a good first sector, actually. And he's in a wall. Oh, and there got Wookiee! Oh, that was close. On board with Wookiee. Half a second down. It's probably not worth it, but they're still going to try, because why wouldn't you? Maybe some drivers should be looking to get some intermediate practice for the race if it's apparently going to be raining in it.
Maybe,
but
I don't think they are.
I mean, Milkman's deciding that's enough for him. P9 is good enough for him as it stands. Wookiee cutting the last couple of corners to perfection. What time is he going to set? It's not going to be fast. 1.6 seconds
down. If that isn't a good indicator that maybe it's time to retire, guys, I don't know what is.
They're not going to retire, J-Wall. This is the season finale.
Oh,
but Wookiee might be retiring without him saying the matter. I think he's broke his front wing. No, he hasn't, somehow.
Only 4 drivers
it seems like we do have people retiring. I don't know if it's going to be everyone. Well, Bruno is 3.1 seconds down on his time with a lap invalidation to his name. Bruno, you've got 5 seconds of fame if you can hear us. Do something funny.
I know, straight line. No, don't.
I mean, you said it.
It's bad advice. It's bad advice.
Bruno. So Bruno's still putting his foot to the floor. DRS is open. He's invalidated, but he's still going to give it all he can. 188 miles an hour.
With the rain, at least
what's he going to do? He's braking for the pits.
At least Bruno and his car are going to have something in common. They're both washed.
Wookiee now. 192 miles an hour, 195, and he's braking for the corner sensibly.
Just skipped over my joke. Never mind.
I didn't hear it, so can you repeat it?
I said at least Bruno and his car are going to have something in common. They're both going to be washed. But, no, okay. Yeah, that's what I said afterwards. It's excruciatingly unfunny.
Well, Yaps and the Bruno going to retire now, and that will be the end. Just some words from Ali. Go and big up McMartin. He's going to big up McMartin, talk shit about Ferrari, talk about the underground. the Lucha Underground, perhaps, but I'm not sure which reference he's referring to, because it could be a plethora that he could. But, would you like to round off the top 10?
Yeah, so your poll today is the Aston Martin. McMartin taking pole here. Kimi with another pole position. Artifact not far off. Rookie and a Ferrari, the highest Ferrari with the teammate down in P6 as they're going for the constructors today. Lion, called up by Rob midway through the season, might be the Tier 2 champion yet. We don't know. Is in 4th. Drops is in 5. A good performance for AlphaTauri today. A double Alfa Romeo Q3 appearance. One of just 2 teams to make that. They're through. And Milkman and Jacko complete the top 10.
Thank you very much for that. 15 seconds till we go clear for the next session. I've told people to ready for the race at 9:24.
9:24. Okay, that seems fair. That seems very much fair. That's a
I'm
good
getting
time.
pings for a pub quiz I've had to air off because of this. Gale Force doing some extracurricular duties while he's in the paddock. Shout out to him for doing that. So, what do you think Haas and Ferrari are going to be thinking coming into this?
Well, with the Haas teammates being quite far back in good reserves, hopefully Yaps will be hoping they can push up and battle the McLarens, because if they can do that, then it's going to cut off any strategic advantage the McLarens can give, the Haas can counter. So there's no strategic advantage to either of them. The main worry that Yaps will have here is his Ferrari. His Ferrari team don't have a McLaren here, but they could cut off that McLaren. So if they can get the Haas to be similar to McLaren, or just a little bit behind, any advantage that they can gain will be lost by the other team. So that's what I'm hoping that the Yaps is hoping that the Haas will do.
Will be very, very interesting.
I'll be back in a minute, Jeff.
Yeah, well, you've probably got a minute. Twitch chat, anything you want to ask? We have a few spare minutes. Remember, Ferrari are ahead by 12 points currently for the constructors. Kimi will probably be needing to win this race with some points going Gale Force's way to take the title. But it is definitely advantage Ferrari despite Kimi being on pole position. Lottie has a question, why McMartin's so good? Because we've got the best damn team principal this side of NXR. And the other side of NXR. Brad is asking if it's a 2-stop or a 1-stop. I've been hearing many rumours that it's going to be a 2-stop. Avoid the hard tyre, is what I'm hearing. The hard tyre is a bunch of crap. Although Cal is saying 1-stop, so, you know, Cal's an owner guy. He clearly knows everything. So Cal knows it's a 1-stop, so it's a 1-stop. I do not know. Apparently, I do not know wheel. We're seeing what everyone else will decide to pick, though. We're going to be going live now. It is 12:20. It is 21:24. Sorry, 9:24. The weather is apparently rain, but I don't see any raindrops currently. I was told it was going to be a rainy race, but it is very dark. It is very dark. So, perhaps. Race is in my hands, and you've chosen to do the 2-stop. Be interesting to see what you go for. If it's going to be a soft, medium, soft, or a medium, soft, soft, or or something other than that, soft medium perhaps. I mean, the rain, if it was a completely dry race, I think it is still a 2-stop. But the rain should be coming, and that's gonna switch up some strategies.
Right.
For their tyres, Jay will.
Let's have a quick look at this. I'm just on my spectator menu, so kind of caught me off guard, but let's have a look.
Now, I need to ask you a question quickly. Without the rain, would this be a 1-stop or a 2-stop?
Personally, for me, I think 1-stop, medium, soft is the optimal strategy. People might have different takes on that, but I think 1-stop, medium, soft. Potentially,
isn't that
if you
very
want to be
risky though
aggressive,
with the
2-stop.
tyre wear?
I don't personally think it is. I don't think it's an issue. I think you run to lap 20 on the mediums, and then you run 15 laps on the softs, and I think it can take that.
I have been told under some confirmation to avoid the hard tyre.
I completely agree. I think it's really slow. I definitely didn't have any place in the practice session with it.
The medium runners, Kimi and Lyon, as we knew from what they qualified on, Razza in P12 opting for the mediums, as is C. Davies in 16th. Icelandic Rob and Drive on Drive are also going for them. These guys are on dry tyres though, so that it will not be starting under wet conditions, but...
He's not exactly taking his time around this hour, because he wants to get this.
No, he's not. He wants to get going, but Artifact is saying, no, surely there's a 10 gap car length rule that is not being abided by here. That is very interesting. Kimi's going to have to slow up to not overheat his tyres.
Isn't going unnecessarily slowly.
What?
Yeah, this is an issue here.
Artifact has just ghosted straight through Kimi.
Let's have a look. Like, okay, Kimi kind of broke and waited for him, and then...
And then Artifact just went straight through, and there was no contact, so that was caught completely on stream. Could Artifact have the same issue that Lou Watkins had last week?
No, I think you would ghost in that situation. Because he's right, he's at a stand. Yeah, but Kimi's at a standstill.
Oh, perhaps, maybe.
So, it's the final race. My predicted race strategy says 2-stop. I don't know, I don't agree with that, but... I don't think it is anyway. The rain's going to come down. It doesn't really matter. So any controversy in the next 35 laps will be reacting to any hopefully good, clean racing for the championship. It's a race to decide a constructors championship here. Aston Martin versus Ferrari. Welcome to the season finale of NXR season 4, and it's lights and away we go in Canada. Kimi gets a good start, the kind of start he would have wanted, and Wookie has got a brilliant start, and he will now be free to attack Kimi directly. This is what he actually
got a McLaren out coming wide, and he's lost a few positions at C. Davies. No one's had a massive spin-off from what I can see.
Yeah, still in P6, as it stands, it's going Italian. As Karofty would say, of course.
It's like a swarm of bees heading around this track for the first couple of laps. The roaring of the engines. Something to admire
all the way
if you
down
are an avid racing fan.
Take a kill switch here.
Although it doesn't look like we've had any massive incidents thus far, which I am happy for. Back on board with the top half Artifact alongside Wookie, not unable to make the move. Artifact could do a lot of good here for Aston Martin if it's played correctly.
I see Davies is currently in between the Hatters, which is what we roughly said that Hatter needed to do. But Yoan is still P12, so there's still the asset there for McBarton that isn't there for Yaps' team. And Bruno got the first 3 seconds on the first lap.
That's not a good sign. Smooth is going into the box. He must have had damage. Does anyone else have damage? It doesn't look like anyone else has come into the pits. Everyone is fine to continue. We're going to take off the position change to see what tyres Scribs have gone for. It's the medium, so that implies that rain isn't coming imminently.
Which is probably what, roughly...
But it looks so dark out there, doesn't it?
It does look dark, but sometimes, you know, there's a lot of dark before the rain falls. So, you know, we might not see rain until quite late. I don't know when it's supposed to come, so I haven't got all his information on this.
All we got told by Brad is that it's going to happen. We've got, yeah, right on the back of dropouts.
I think it's much better that we don't know.
And with the way that these clouds are, or at least how dark it is, we literally have no idea.
It could come the next lap. It could come quite a long way away. But what I will say is that considering 4 of the bottom 5 chose to start on the mediums, oh no, let's ignore Scribbs because he had damage. So 3 of the bottom 5 chose to start on mediums. Perhaps might be a sort of suggestion that it's still a long way.
Yeah.
Although I can't tell you how many times Jeff gets it wrong.
I mean, it is also an approximate, so it could literally come whenever. We've got Brad is making a move on Gale Force. That's not exactly the best news for McMartin. We've got Razza right on alongside Callum here. He's going to have the DRS as is Callum.
Williams against Alpha. Callum against Razza. Tier 2 race winner versus Tier 1 race winner. And it looks like Tier 2 race winner survives for now. Internet happening with DRS though here. Razza's looking to make the move. Cal's got the same DRS
Razza
to
also
defend.
on the mediums, Jay. Well, important to note.
Touche. Razza's doing a good job to stay with this train now. But it is a long train and it does go all the way down from Wookie to Kill Switch. So hopefully we see this train breaking up a little bit so we can start seeing some moves being done, because right now,
I mean, Gale can't seem to keep up with Bradders, and he's going to be able to. He's going to lose the train very quickly on if he's not careful.
Artifact is threatening Wookie, who hasn't got the DRS assist that Artifact has. So driver under threat right now is Wookie, and that would be a big move if Artifact can get this done.
Exactly correct. Kimmy has broken that 1 second mark as Scribbs, as Icelandic Rob has had an incident.
I think he's still alive with no wing damage, maybe.
Still has COVID, does Rob, so that might be affecting his racing capabilities.
Let's have a look. Let's see if he's got any damage. Any notable damage? Oh, he's gone.
Is he gone again?
He's still in, but he's just completely lost the car spawn and took his entire wing off. That has gone from bad to worse for Icelandic Rob. As Wookie's going to be massively under threat here down the straight from Artifact. He's going to use up. He's using up his ERS.
Razza keeping very close with Callum still.
Here comes Artifact. Easiest move of his career so far there. Wookie not really putting up much of a fight. He knows his battle.
And he's going to have DRS again, his Artifact, thanks to the detection zone. So he's going to be able to pull away as well. Maybe into the 1 second gap of Kimmy.
Which is what he needs to do. And I think if Kimmy was to try and play the long game here, I think he realised that he needs Artifact to keep this position.
He really, really does, Jay-Will. And
right now, as things stand, it's still going Italian. Rookie don't need to do anything else. They just need to stick where they are. Not make a mistake like Artifact has just done. I think he's had a little bit of a wobble. Obviously lying on the back of Wookie. I'm not suggesting that the drivers would, but Lion and Wookie are obviously, I believe, friends in real life. So, would you perhaps say that maybe Lion would be less reluctant to take this position, or are they racing drivers,
Lion is definitely a racing driver, so I don't think he'd be, we'd be opposed. As Callum and Razza are still side by side, actually. This is something that we should jump to. On board with Callum, they've made some contact. On board with Jacko here. Jacko's going to make it 3 wide, actually. Look how much speed he's got. Callum trying to go alongside with Milkman as well.
What a move from Callum.
This is so pioneer racing on board with Gifted now.
Well,
it's still continuing here. The gap to Kimmy has gone up to 2 seconds. Razza going for a late lunge, perhaps. Still bumping.
Now, one crucial thing that's happened, which I think has gone unnoticed, is driver has got past Gale Force. Massive thing there is the Haas driver is leading the Aston Martin second driver.
And this is where McLaren needs to come in and help and sort of make the Ferraris make a mistake. Killswitch has had an issue, by the way, back there, but we won't need to focus on that. This is where the McLarens need to come in to help, because Gale Force can't do this on pace alone. The issue here is...
Davis lost it as well.
And that's exactly the problem. The McLarens just aren't where they need to be to help in this constructor fight. And if it stays like this, it is definitely just going to go Ferrari.
It looks seemingly like it'll go that way today.
Razza and Milkman side by side. Very aggressive bumping there as I went on board with one of them. Gifted going to try and hook a line. Aggressive defending from Razza. Milkman can't find the way through. Gifted's got a better exit. He's going to go up alongside his teammate here. Is he going to have a look at Razza as well? No, he's just got past his teammate and nothing more.
Callum leading this trade from 3.3 seconds away from his teammates, and maybe Callum's also playing a little bit of the team game, trying to get good points for Alfa Romeo.
That could obviously impact where Alfa Romeo will get in the draft. 3 seconds for Johan McMartin driver.
Callum will
looks
definitely
like
be racing.
It's going to be awful here. Unless Yap/Wookie make a mistake, it's going to be going Italian.
Callum will definitely be racing for Alfa Romeo next season. I believe he's been protected by Mavs. Seen the potential.
I believe that's the case.
Talent.
I'm not 100% sure on that. It is public knowledge. I did tweet that out, but I have forgotten. Good job from Razza here on these mediums to really stick with the pack. If the softs don't make it to the rain period, he's going to be in easy street. Lion and Wookie. Lion, I think, backed off. Wookie's gone into the pits.
Oh, that's a big call for Wookie. Maybe the rain isn't coming
Cool.
from Razza.
What tyre is this? What tyre is this? It's mediums. It's an early pit stop.
And
Callum 11 followed him in, actually.
So then, is that a good call or was that a bad call? Because as it stands right now,
Gale
it's
Force
going
has come out ahead of Wookie. This
is going to be big. That is very, very big for the championship, really. If Gale Force could just cost Wookie some time, just allow a driver like Lion to get that track position, maybe. It could be massive. Because, I mean, the indicator would be that, because some drivers are starting on softs, that the rain is coming in a long time. Because they know they're going to have to box beforehand. If it's a two-stop race, and you know you're going to have to box once, then the rain could be any time, maybe between like 15 and 20. Maybe even later.
Brothers with a potential late move on Milkman. It's not worked. Is it C. Davies
C.
again?
Davies has gone again.
C. Davies again. It really is a sad state of affairs for C. Davies here, but
I think that's something
to remember Artifact getting close to Lion, who did overtake him at some point.
And that's the bombs into the pits. I know
Yaps is coming as well.
And Yaps boxes. Is this Ferrari? Know what they're doing, and they've organised it brilliantly here. You've got
but let's see. Gale Force is ahead of both of them, though. He has just got 3 seconds, but that's irrelevant.
Gale Force
is ahead of both.
You stay out no matter what happens, don't you? And you hold them up.
Yeah, if you're Gale Force, you drive those tyres till they burst. It's the one chance he has to make an impact on this championship.
Whatever weather comes to this, whatever weather, whenever the weather could decide this championship is what I'm trying to say here.
I mean, considering they both boxed onto mediums, it doesn't seem like the rain will be coming soon. What is interesting to me, though, is that Gale Force knows that they're behind him and knows that he's staying out now because he's got a goal in mind. Johan up into the points from McLaren. There's another barrier for the Ferraris to get past if they get past Gale Force. Artifact and Lion are fighting. It's just going to allow Kimi to gain so much more space. Artifact has come into the pits. And he's got a 5-second penalty. Does Dropass for also speeding into the pits. That's interesting. A lot of the soft runners are boxing. Razza up in a P3. It's been a great choice for him to go on the mediums.
That for me suggests that the strategy it was there was going to be a stop to do before the rain. And that means the Ferrari have nailed this strategy because they're going to do a lot of undercuts. Oh, yeah, Yaps has not gained position, but he's caught in almost identical situation to what he was in.
But what's interesting to me is surely Kimi will go long here to sort of circumvent that advantage that Yaps and Wookie might have.
But one thing
Kimi just goes long here. He should be winning this race now. It's all deciding what happens apart from that. Bradders makes the move on P5, splitting the Red Bulls.
Wookie has retaken the position of the Artifact.
He does. And it's going to allow Gale Force and him to start this fight just a little bit earlier. We're going to have to stay on board with this because this is the championship fight. All of them are in points playing positions as well.
Into the hairpin.
DRS for Rookie. How is Gale going to defend this? He's got DRS of his own, which is vital here.
As long as he has to stay within that DRS driver, which is really bad because that is that's a Ferrari-powered car. Gale Force will do everything he can here
I
It
mean,
won't be
drive
very
on driver
difficult move, I
box to
think,
sort of
here.
prevent that. Gale Force gonna force Wookie to the outside here.
Ooh, Wookie doing
Aggressive
a
move
late
from
one.
Wookie, but he needed to
Really
do that.
nice move.
Gale Force gonna have to try and come back at him, but he's not able to do it. Wookie is allowed to go free
I
because
think maybe
Yoan has also pitted.
Gale
Wookie is
Force
now
needs to
free.
not hold up artifacts now. Artifact drops. They're the two drivers that maybe Gale Force should just let by.
It really does depend. Wookie's already going to make the move on driver now.
The driver
Simple
won't
move on the
fight back.
DRS straight, and he's now got Milkman in front of him. Driver might make a move back on Wookie here. He's using all of his ERS. Driver shouldn't be holding up his teammate here.
No, they might hold up Gale Force.
He might do. DRS though here for Gale Force. It will be coming.
Or perhaps hold up
Artifact. He
Artifact.
lets Artifact go. Great play there from
He
Gale
knows
Force. He knows what he needs to do.
What needs to happen here. As things stand, and I know there's been a lot of pit stops, so we can't say net-wise.
Driver pitting on those mediums.
As things stand, though,
Wookie up in a
it's
P4
going
past Milkman, so we go on.
as you say, as things stand, it's going British. Right
It
now.
definitely is going British right now, but because Gale Force still needs to make a stop,
And
it doesn't
Kimmy
seem like
does
it's
as
going to
well.
stay that way for long.
I think Kimmy's coming up towards
Drop
the
pass.
lapping Rob.
Going along, Saw. That's an aggressive
Oh.
move from Drop Pass. Well, Yav's going to try and follow through, but
Yeah,
he
no,
can't.
Gale
And we've
Force is
seen
not
this
letting
before,
Yaps
haven't we, Jay Wolf?
through. Immo
It's
comes to
Yaps
mind
and Gale
here.
Force.
But no
DRS for
DRS
Yaps.
for Gale Force.
Aggressive defending to the inside.
Can he defend this much more?
Make the lunge, Gale. No, Yaps that pass.
I
Yaps
think
gets
he's clever
past.
there. He knows that he needs to finish this race. Can he get the move in the DRS? Or Yaps locking up there a little bit.
Milkman.
Oh, Gale Force was losing the car.
Milkman now. He's going to need to try and defend from Yaps if he wants McMartin to win, but I think he needs to focus on his own race, as biased as
Absolutely.
I am.
As far as
As biased as I am.
this is going to Maranello.
The tyres have gone, says Callum. Yes, Gale Force's tyres have gone, but he needs to stay with. He's got DRS, but he's still losing out to Yaps.
Interestingly, what role will World Champions play here? Will the World Champions decide the champion?
It is a possibility. Yaps and Milkman. Yaps knows that he can't make any aggressive moves because if he gets damaged, he's going to need to get past Gale Force all over again.
Yeah, that's definitely. Well, he needs to be calm here. Oh, Yaps almost losing it on that curve, and he's lost any kind of speed advantage he gained from the DRS. So I think this is going to be a difficult move to make on Milkman. And I think Yaps recognised that and turned off his DRS. Gale Force getting a 3-second. As things might stand, that won't matter too much. Let's not look at penalties. I will show them. At the end. So we do the penalty thing.
Yaps going past Milkman here.
Let me do that.
Easy move, Labruna will probably follow.
So we can keep the sort of tension.
I mean, penalties will be revealed later on anyway.
No, if you don't look at them either, and I'll screen record it.
No, it's fine. We'll reveal them at the end anyway. That's fine. Milkman and Gale still staying out on these older softs, hoping the rain will come as soon as they can. Milkman's wiggling though. His softs are definitely gone.
I think the soft runners, the rain doesn't look like it's coming soon, but they must have some sort of belief that the rain is coming soon.
Yellow flag, sector 1. It's
That's
Yoan.
Yoan.
Oh,
It's going from bad to worse for McMartin. Is that advantage completely gone now?
Who remembers the brief moment it was coming home? Oh, it was coming home for a moment, but Italy are staying strong. Lion and Labruno side by side. This is a great battle for both of these two.
Lion is...
Labruno has somehow forced his way around the outside, but the DRS comes Lion's way.
Lion's strategy must
And he's going to make a move on Yaps here, maybe, if he keeps the pace up. That would be good.
He was ahead of Yaps. Like, quite a bit, but maybe he's on the softer tyres as well, so that's perhaps a
Here
good
comes
thought.
Lion, pushing on some fresh softs. He will make this move on Lion.
Jeff, with
On the
with the
outside.
rain coming later, that might be more interesting. It might be a kind of Glock type moment where some drivers think it's safe to stay out and it isn't, or something like that. Or it is. If
Never
the rain
know,
comes
but
later, it could be much more interesting.
weirdly enough, in coming into the second sector, there's a bit more shine than what there was before. There's more light.
That's his P2 as well. Thanks for putting that one out, Cal, in the Discord.
The gap is 14 seconds.
It is, but Raz's P2 is doing a good job, although he hasn't boxed yet, and Wookie is coming. But we all know one thing about Raza: he doesn't need to box.
Raza doesn't need to box, no he doesn't. He will stay out until this rain comes.
If anyone was NXR's Checo Perez...
Yoan is pitted for hards. I don't know why he's done that, because the rain is definitely coming.
But how late is the rain coming? Is Brad just conned us? Said there's rain when there isn't.
That would be very interesting. I don't know why he would do that.
Fake drama.
Gale's coming to the pits. Oh no.
There we are.
Now we'll find out to see what it is rain. Well, he's opted for the mediums.
Yeah,
so if rain is coming, it's not coming for a while.
It's
still.
a Haas. It's Kill Switch. He's down in P20. He's not had a great race. He's had a rather big race to forget as he got Lion in 6th place comes up to lap him.
So interesting thing about this rain, if it was coming, Gale Force surely would have gone on to softs.
Yes. Touche, yeah.
So now I'm confused.
Maybe it isn't coming.
If it isn't coming, I'm going to have a talk with Bradders after this race.
Or maybe it's coming really late. That would spice things up. As Wookie gets past Raza, it's a 2-7 for Ferrari right now.
Raza coming into the pits.
And it's going to be a 2-6. Ferrari so far doing what they needed to do.
So if the rain isn't coming, that means Rookie's got the race lead.
Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah, Wookie has got the race lead. Kimmy, though, might be just trying to play this out till the end, till when it does come, but he might have played out for a long time.
Well, I mean, Yoan's had a crash on track.
Yoan's crashed. That's a safety car.
And that's a safety car.
For Kimmy.
Oh, a little Thierry Henry mouth wiggle there, because...
Oh, yeah, I tell you what.
Well, he's had an incident coming out of that corner. That is a difficult corner at the best of times.
No, yeah, obviously. And if he was race fixing, he would have waited before. He would have done it before Gale Force boxed a lap ago. So there's no accusations there. Don't worry. But it is always a little bit suspicious.
Well, let's say we'll go on board with Wookie. We'll see if Kimmy can get out ahead.
Now, here's the question: are laps cars allowed to unlap themselves in the game?
No, they're not. Wookie's coming in. Wookie's coming in.
Wookie's boxing again, which is
Kimmy's
good
come
call.
onto the softs.
Get new softs
That
on.
brings the rain back out into.
Is Yaps going to stay out then, or are they going to split strategies?
No, Yaps is boxing. Everyone's boxing.
Now, if you're Gale Force, do you stay out?
Gale Force won't be able to catch up in time, I don't believe.
Yeah, fair enough. No, he won't.
I think
So
he'd give it a go because it is a double stack from Ferrari, actually. So
Raz is staying out because he just boxed onto the softs, and Raz is going to benefit massively from that.
Raza has done an absolute masterclass.
And that is
a P3.
that's great news.
Raz has got a drive-through. What?
Oh,
No.
He must have been speeding to catch up. That's
Oy, oy,
massive. That was great news for a second for McMartin.
Gale Force had stayed out, and he's actually going to go. He's just coming out behind the Ferraris. It's not going to help out for him, unfortunately. But that drive-through is really going to kill Raz's race, unfortunately. Ali saying, rather confidently, almost foolishly, that either of the Ferraris do still have a mistake in them.
It is true, but so do both the Astons. Anyone can make a mistake. Obviously, we know Gale Force finishes 96% of his races consistent, and Kimi has been nothing short of consistent all season. So if someone's making a crucial mistake, I have to say it probably will be the Ferraris. But maybe Ali is
What's
be a little bit
interesting
ahead of
though,
himself.
because it is a Ferrari, then an Aston Martin for the 1-2.
Yes.
There could be a mistake at the top. If Wookie and Kimi make contact,
It could be a tactical mistake.
I mean, we don't wanna imply anything, Jay Wall.
Absolutely not, no. But I think this is interesting. The drivers that boxed, Wookie, Artifact, Lion, they've all gone onto the mediums. Now, when you said that Brad said rain was incoming, did he specifically say the race? Because we know it rained in quali.
No, he said race. He definitely said race.
Well, with these drivers going onto this mediums, I'm not entirely sure this is gonna be a wet race.
One thing that I do find interesting, though, I mean, Ali is obviously controlling the Aston Martin safety car. He got that gig because he isn't driving full time.
That'd be cool.
How
if
is
he
he
could do
going to
that.
affect this race? Tongue in cheek, how is the safety car going to
So
affect
right
this
now,
race?
of course, it's an Aston Martin 1-2 with Wookie in third.
Safety car will be in this lap, though, I suspect.
I haven't had the notification yet, and we've still got 3 drivers that are catching up.
I had a few late calls yesterday when racing, so
We've
I'm
still got
not
3
sure.
drivers though. Rob, Davies, and Killswitch, who I must say have been given a second life. Actually, they've been lapped, I think. I don't know. I don't think
I know Killswitch is lapped, but I don't believe anyone else is.
Oh no, Rob and Davies have been given a second life here. Now let's see what they do with it.
Technically,
Wookie
Aston
putting
Martin
pressure
do
on.
have a 1-2.
They technically do. First and second.
We hold on to these technicalities because that means that Aston Martin will win the constructors. Drive on driver's boxed. So there's an extra position for Gale, so he might be able to sneak his way into the points. But it's still going to be advantage Ferrari with the points. Because remember, even if Aston Martin get more points on the day than Ferrari, they need to get 13 or more. Actually, only 12 or more, because in a tie, Aston Martin do win.
They do,
Because
yes.
they have more
P1s.
second places
P1s
than
no?
Ferrari.
5 to
No,
4.
they have the same wins.
Ooh, so it's down to second places. Jeez.
It's down to second places, and Aston Martin have more of them.
We have had a few Ferrari 1-2s though, so are you sure? We counted them, didn't we, earlier?
I've had a look. I've done the numbers. Aston Martin win in a tie.
Obviously, you know, it's not something we haven't seen before in NXR. Obviously, the Drivers' Championship was tied last season in Tier 2. Callum, by the way, in P8 in this race. He's had a really good race. Safety car will come in this lap.
He really has. Safety car is in this lap. Would you like to commentate the restart?
So, all eyes on Kimi and Wookie now. The main contenders here are Aston Martin and Ferrari, and they're next to each other, so that's always going to draw some attention. So, Kimi needs to drop Wookie as fast as he can. If he can leave Wookie cold straight into the clutches of Artifact, that would be brilliant for Kimi and McMartin. I'm sure Shane's going to be completely unbiased here. But with the final, because, you know, he's not biased towards one of these teams at all. And Kimi's just going to choose one to go.
You're more Ferrari biased than you are McMartin, which I think balances us out.
I'm not Ferrari biased.
Kimi gets away well.
Good
Really well,
get
in
away
fact.
from Kimi. That is what he needed to do. Wookie's going to attack it, but he's not going to be able to attack it well enough.
Scribs has had an issue on the restart, unfortunately, and he's dropping down to 18th position.
Easily done, that one. Maybe just a bit too throttle happy. As Wookie's set his hunt and his prey is Kimi as it stands. Right.
Kimi does have the soft, so it'll be better for the first couple of laps, but the mediums will come into their own later
Wookie
on.
just needs to stick with him here.
Yaps doesn't need to do anything risky either because he just needs to get a good points finish.
Brighter. Clouds are getting brighter, I think.
Wookie gets 3 seconds, that might be important.
Is massive. Right now, as it stands, he would be dropping to about, I think, about P8. Bear in mind, it's at the start of the safety car restart, so the gap will open. It won't be that major. We're just going to do this as things stand that I've been doing.
Gotta have faith. He has to have faith. Gale
I
Force
understand
lurking in P12.
it's
Something could
Mick
happen between
Martins.
them.
Gale Force might be brought up into this as Lion gets
3
one as well.
seconds.
And Bruno,
Bruno,
gets
3
one, and we're
seconds.
starting to see more come in. So maybe Wookiees will be rather insignificant come the end of it. So Shaven's brief glimpse of hope is seemingly disappearing.
I mean, the important thing is Kimmy doesn't have a time penalty.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen in Formula
Anything
1
can
and
happen
NXR.
here.
All you need is your lap, whatever safety car.
There is obviously an 8-point difference between first and second, which
Which
already
isn't
means a lot.
No, is it? It's not enough to overcome it. You then need
It doesn't.
Gale
It
Force
isn't
to
enough
score
to
4
overcome
more
it.
than Yaps.
But it is interesting, and it is worth a point to play. As Kimmy goes out of DRS range, and Artifact, looking into DRS range, I think he has actually got DRS.
So how crucial is Mark's win at Saudi Arabia going to prove to be? He beat Kimmy.
He got the Grand Slam, did Mark. 26 points.
And didn't Kimmy then get some sort of post-race penalty where he switched the order to put Artifact P2?
Yeah, he was P2, but he got down into P3. And
So that cost him 3
he willingly
points.
took that penalty as well, so it's interesting.
So,
Kimmy sets the fastest lap. That extra point might be very important.
that could be important. DRS has been enabled though, but Wookie won't be getting that for now. So how late on is
Artifact
his
is
rain
looking
coming?
to get it though. He doesn't have it yet, but he's closing that gap.
Have you ever just like intentionally cut a little bit of track limits to get the DRS? Is that something you've ever done before, Shaman?
All the time.
Yeah,
All the time.
I've definitely done that before. I was like, I'll take the penalty, just get me the DRS.
It's about tactical corner cutting because
Exactly.
you got 3 warnings. There's a yellow flag. Who is that?
It is Bruno. Bruno has spun.
That is a shame. He was behind Yaps, wasn't he?
He was. The season 1
Interesting there.
champion has
Late on
ended
penalty.
season 4 poorly.
FIA could be in for a field day if Ferrari or Aston Martin are involved.
Yes, please don't have any incidents for Ferrari or Aston Martin because they
Lion
would.
and Artifact are
change the
fighting. It's going to allow
championship.
Wookie to pull away.
I don't need any of the so-and-so robbed comments in the Discord, so
DRS here for Lion, but he got off of Artifact and not off of Wookie.
I have a feeling if one of the teams do get penalties, I think Milkman would like probably to chair the meeting.
I think if something happens, it will be not just an FIA but an admin and owner thing as well.
Possibly, because it would decide the outcome.
100%.
Obviously, excluding any admin and owners that have invested interest in one team.
So literally only Milkman.
I don't have an interest in one team. And Callum doesn't. Brad
Okay.
doesn't. Yeah, there's plenty of them.
Bradders, yeah, I'll vouch Bradders. I'll vouch Bradders.
Not vouching me.
But this is all a what if.
Obviously, this is what if, and there's 11 laps to go, and as it stands, it's going to Maranello.
It's also cleared up as well. The sky
It's not
has
looking
cleared
like
up.
it's going to rain. I think this looks like the rain's come and passed, and it looks like it's going to be 11 laps of hard racing till the end. And as it stands right now, Wookie is delivering for Yaps.
Milkman's had an issue.
Milton's had an issue.
He went over the curts very aggressively. I know we've only got standard damage, but that could be some underbody damage for Milkman.
You can't damage your underbody without some damage.
C. Davies up in the P12.
He's getting back there, but Gale Force needs that position. And I think Gale Force could probably count on C. Davies to maybe let Gale Force pass if they need to.
Oh, he definitely will. Definitely will. 100%.
Playing that team game, which he knows
Every
all
point
about, and why
counts.
he'll be such a good team principal. So all the best to C. Davies in his venture with Mercedes next season. We have 10 laps to go almost
I
now.
did just have a flash on my screen.
Ooh, okay, maybe the rain is coming down, and 10 laps of rain at the end would certainly spice this
I
up.
mean, considering drivers are staying out, I don't know
Gale
whether
Force
this
can
rain is
recognise-
actually coming.
If Gale Force can recognise that the clouds are slightly different in Russia. He might be able to finish in front of Johan. That's a little bit of a DTS joke for those who haven't seen it.
I mean, Johan's left the session. He's had enough of it.
Yeah, that's the joke. It was
Yeah,
Mazepin finishing in front of Latifi and Schumacher.
Yeah, it's very close to drop ass here.
Yes, he is, and I think this could be a crucial pass for Yaps.
I am saying Kimi won't make it on the softs. I disagree.
He's obviously thinks he can make it, so, you know, and he's got nothing to lose
Because
here.
that's 15, 16 laps. You said that was ideal.
Well, I haven't tested it. That's my hunch.
It will be
Gale Force did
interesting.
13 on a higher fuel load, I think.
Lion gaining on Wookiee. This would be important for the championship.
This could be a big pass here.
Obviously, penalties, which we do not have shown to us yet, will also impact the championship. Callum, 3 seconds as well. Interesting.
Oh, yeah, no, penalties will maybe have a massive effect. Maybe.
We will reveal them with about 5 laps to go.
I think just take a look at a second to look at your big gainers here. Bradders Rocks up 4, Gifted up 8, and Driver on Driver up 7. All pretty good races so far. This is the position gains. Gale Force and C. Davis both up 5 as well. Rob up 4. Some great
Yellow flag.
shifts in there.
Wait, who is that?
Who is that?
Oh, it's.
I thought that was a Ferrari.
It's LeBruno. I thought it was a Ferrari.
It looked
I
like it
had
was
a
a
bit of a
Ferrari.
heart jump.
You're getting excited there, Jeff.
I was. I'm also getting excited at Lion within 5/10 of Wookiee. DRS engaged for the Mercedes driver. Tier 2 potential champion. Here trying to make a move for
What
P2.
a big move this will be.
Needs to get this corner right to get the attack on. Over the
Looks like
corners.
he kind of cut the corner
Avoiding
there,
the
but
wall of champions. Here comes Lion on Wookiee.
he's giving it everything he can. Wookiee's got way less DRS here, though.
C. Davies up in a P10 past Jacko. Yaps up in a P5 past Drop Ass. This could be very important. Kimi is doing what he can. The gap is 3 seconds. And Kimi needs more from Gale Force here. More that he's not going to be able to get.
Yeah, this looks like it's only going one way for me right now. Anything can happen here in NXR, but 7 laps from the end, and it's one-way traffic for Ferrari right now.
Interesting
Yes,
where this
haven't won the
rain is
drivers.
coming as well, because it is projected. But depending on how late it comes, it will be irrelevant.
Well, Brad is himself under safety car, boxed onto mediums, not softs.
Gale Force 3 seconds. That's important. Here comes Lion on Wookiee.
Here we
Going
go.
to the
It's,
inside of the
there
corner.
it is. The move that he felt he had to complete, and he has got it
We'll
done.
have DRS as well to increase the lead. Wookiee's still fighting, using his ERS. Lion's got a lot more of it.
This could go really bad for Wookiee soon if he fights us too much. If
Oh
he
my
finishes
word.
3rd, they're still gonna win.
Oh my word.
What is Wookiee trying to prove here? Is he trying to prove something to the draft pickers? Maybe? Or is he just trying to focus on getting the job done for Ferrari and perhaps doesn't realise that 3rd is currently enough? He won't know the whole situation of where Yaps is or where Gale Force is. So he knows he has to fight for every single position. But he might be in a
got to
bad
sit back
position.
and watch, because honestly, racing there does have you on the edge of your seat.
Anything can happen.
Cheeky
as I
bit
keep
of rain
saying.
would be nice. We will only have 1 racing lap flashback.
I think you need a miracle, a miracle from the racing gods. I think it was. To
Here
quote
comes
Christian
Lion.
Horner. And Lion will get that pass done much easier than before, much earlier than before, and it'll open a gap that looks to be too big for Wookiee to close right now.
Because he will have
But
DRS
never-
coming out here.
never
the gap
discount
will
Wookiee.
increase.
But I think he's out of that
So
one
the
there.
Fagalo
Bruno
free
retires.
Bruno is
It's going
out.
to be a safety car, I think. It's a full safety
Oh
car.
my
Oh, I'm going to
word.
get my Crofty moment.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, Gale Force is coming in.
Gale Force boxes. There,
Oh
that's
my
advantage there
word.
to Aston Martin.
Oh my word.
Will this gain us? Will it be a really late kind of 2021
Lion
season
gets wait, Wookie gets a free
type of
pit stop here
vibe?
because Kimi can't box under these circumstances.
Yeah, this is very much Hamilton Verstappen. One of them can't
Kimi
call
can't
this.
box.
Kimi is in a very bad situation. He's stranded up front, or can he box? Because he knows that the drivers behind won't stay out on 12s. Ferrari can split their strategy.
Ferrari will split the strategy 100%.
They have to split the
Ferrari don't
strategy.
need to box. They're fine in these positions.
This is
Oh,
going to change
God.
everything, and I think any chance that was there might be now gone, and Ferrari will take this trophy gladly back to Maranello. But what I'm more concerned about is the other drivers that aren't McMartin or Ferrari. They've boxed. Are they going to get more cars in front in between?
Oh,
Kimi
Kimi's
and
coming
Wookie?
in.
Kimi's
Kimi's
boxed.
coming in.
He's made the big call. Lion's coming in.
Lion
Lion's
stayed
staying
out.
Wookie's coming in, so that means
Wookie's
Yaps
in.
will stay out.
Laps will probably stay out. No,
it's
he
double
won't.
stack for Ferrari. They have not split
Oh,
the
if
strategy.
this was any other race, Yaps would have tried to make the move on drop ass.
I think he's more worried about Gale Force in this situation.
Gale Force is already pitted, obviously.
But he's much, much further back. So he won't overtake Yaps.
No, he won't.
Let's get his Yaps in 5
Artifact
seconds.
and Lion both staying out. Kimi net
Doing
P3
well.
right now.
Proper Ferrari pit stop, that one. Although they were very impressive today, so I really can't say that anymore. That pit crew for Ferrari.
How far down will Yaps drop? Only P6.
He's
they
P6,
didn't
P6,
drop.
P4.
Let's go
with
and
Kimi
have a look
P3.
at the penalties. Oh.
Yeah, see, I think it massively will change.
9 seconds for Gale Force. He is out of contention.
And it's P4, P5 for Ferrari.
3 seconds for them. Yaps jumps drop ass as things stand.
The
Another
only
reason why
way
he doesn't want to make that move.
that this would go any other way than Ferrari is if one of the Ferrari drivers doesn't finish, in my opinion. That's the only way it goes through. So they just have to keep it clean, keep it tidy until the end.
Ali, can we get some thoughts from you?
It looks over for McMartin, but it sometimes looks over and it makes the wins much more spectacular.
Obviously driving the safety car, I don't know if he has time to comment food for thought, but we will give him a chance.
The Aston Martin 1-4 as it stands, so maybe he will win. Bern Mylander delivering the dub.
You mean Ali?
Ali
is the one
delivering
in the
dub.
car. Ali has one word for us, and that word is sadness. It's not the last championship Ali will be fighting for this year. Come back tomorrow, where Naito will be trying to get the Tier 2 Drivers' Championship for McLaren.
And you would kind of have
Brothers
to
and
feel for
Callum, 5
McMartin.
seconds each for the pair of them. That's an extra
Oh,
position.
and that's within the team as well. That's not showed up for me, but neither of them have got one yet.
Brad has hit
Brad has
Callum, and
got
Brad has
one.
got 5 seconds.
Callum hasn't.
Callum got nothing.
So that is an inner team crash as it stands between them, and I'm sure Brad has.
Imagine giving your team principal 5 seconds.
Much of a fuss about that one. I think as it stands, if Kimi can overtake Lion and Artifact and Wookie can't,
Luke Watkins saying he's going to kill Night Out tomorrow.
yeah, you said I would never say that because if it actually happens, you're gonna look guilty as. So don't kind of say that kind of thing because you're probably not going to do yourself any favors.
Definitely not, no.
I am really interested about while we're on the safety car, just to talk about the Tier 2 Championship. I know this isn't the Tier 2
Well,
Championship.
go ahead. You've got about 10 seconds before they
I
come
think
in.
with Night Owl, Lion, who's not even there, and Ulf Dog all going for it, very interesting storyline that will play out tomorrow. So, if you've watched this for the first time, you're watching NXR, make sure you watch that season finale, because if you've enjoyed McMartin versus Ferrari, you'll enjoy that.
Yeah, Apps has just gained a position on the safety car.
Do you want to just screen it? Because he was showing that he's sixth, and he was sixth before.
I can't clip anything, but Yaps is gaining a position on the safety
Here
car.
you go.
Lions waiting to the very end to go green.
This could be bad for Kimi. He
we're
needs
off.
to make sure not to get Artifact before the line. He has done, and he's going. This might be replays of Saudi Arabia going off in the head. And he's trying to pass Artifact. He's trying to plant his car around the outside. Wookiee's looking to get involved in this as well. Has it been a bad strategy call for Artifact? Right now it looks to have been. Kimmy has got the pass.
Kimmy gets the move already, and Wookiee's going to quickly follow.
And it's bad.
We'll have DRS on.
Out. Oh no, he hasn't somehow. Well, that was contact between Wookiee and Artifact.
We will only have one lap of DRS, I believe, and that will be the final lap.
But as it stands, it doesn't matter. Wookiee's
Razza's
still
dropping
behind
down
Kimmy.
the grid. It's a sad day for him. He drove really well today.
So is it coming home or is it going Rome? Sorry, England fans.
I mean, isn't it not Rome? Isn't it isn't it Monza?
It's Maranello.
Maranello.
But you know,
Or Imola.
you know, Italy, England.
C. Davies up in a P10. At this point, Gale Force will get a point here if C. Davies lets him go and he gets Jacko on penalties. That is a point.
Yes,
but
that
Wookiee
is true.
making a move on Kimmy.
To let him go.
Artifact had an issue. He's dropped
Davies,
behind Yaps.
C. Davies has got to let him go and then hold up drive on driver for 9 seconds. So I don't think it's going that way at all.
Jacko's got past.
Behind. Wookiee gets another 3 seconds, but it's not going to matter that much.
This is going to be interesting. Brad, Gale Force is in a P10 now. Brad has had an issue.
I think as things stand,
Gale P9. That's a lot of points.
No, but if you look at penalties, I think if you look at penalties as things stand, Yaps is going to make up 2 extra positions anyway. So it will probably be a Ferrari double podium.
If something happens to one of these Ferraris, it could go back to England.
So Kimmy and Wookiee racing it out for the lead of the race, and ultimately,
Kimmy doesn't have any penalties, so Kimmy can just guide this home. Kimmy doesn't need to do anything major. What needs to be careful here is between Wookiee and Yaps. If they stay how they are,
Kimmy's got to get light.
They will win.
Got to get light, and that'll be massive 8 points or something to get down. It might not make any difference at this rate.
DRS enabled now for the final lap of the championship.
So Rome or home is the question for the Constructors' Trophy in Season 4 of NXR Tier 1. Kimmy's done everything he can. Gale Force done everything he can. But at the moment, it looks to be going one-way traffic to Maranello. It's got its flight booked. It's checking in its baggage. It's on the flight back to San Marino,
I believe. Oh my god, Davies squeezing Gale. Gale making the move on C. Davies. That needed to be done. Wookiee and... Oh my god, it's going to be 3 wide.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be 3 wide.
Wookiee's
going to have a gap in between the middle here. It's a late break from Kimmy. Kimmy and Lion bump.
It's going to be everything. Kimmy's got to give it everything here to win this, and then Wookiee's got to do everything he can as well to make it second place.
Got DRS. Kimmy's got no DRS.
I think Kimmy's got to defend Wookiee.
Aggressive defending from Kimmy.
Wookiee's going to go on the inside.
Wookiee dives in. Kimmy's forced to take 3 seconds.
And there it is. Welcome to Italy.
Kimmy will win the race.
To Maranello. Kimmy wins on penalties, but it's a second place for Yaps.
Somehow. It's
a 4th place for Wookiee. Penalties have royally screwed McMartin. Thank you for watching.
Wait, why is Gale down in P11? This might be a little bit of a glitch. Gale's dropping down more.
Hold on, I'll capture my footage because I had the penalties up last 2 minutes.
Oh, that was a bit weird. Gale shouldn't have dropped as much as he did. I don't believe. And I don't know how Yaps gained as much. Yeah, I know, but other people
Yaps
had
had
penalties
3
around
and
him.
all the other drivers had 9. But Yaps shouldn't have gained on Wookiee, as far as I'm aware.
But Kimmy wins the race. But
Ferrari
win the championship.
And obviously, that's commiserations to Ali and to the McMartin family, because that was a great season. And Ferrari and Yaps and Mark made it special as well.
Look, we're going to be speaking to both Kimmy and team principal Yaps here in a few moments. But
and of course Lion.
I believe we'll be interviewing the Mercedes in 3rd for now. Before that, and that will be NXR Lion.
Right, let's get him in then.
What do you mean, Luke? I'm not reaching. I've literally just said Ferrari have won.
Yeah. Shaman's just looking for any excuse to not give it to Ferrari.
I literally just said Ferrari won. What do you mean?
I must also
take
say,
your
great
pictures,
decision
Yaps.
to get Wookie in today as well. He did the job. Also, can I point out that Cal was 5th?
It's a brilliant race from him. Most definitely. Brilliant race. We're going to have a look at the race director now. Go through time penalties. If you have a thing that you need this for, clip this. Because we'll be able to get it taken off of you. If you believe you don't deserve a penalty for either a pit lane thing or an exceeding track limits thing.
But only if you're a McMartin car, because that's how Shaman rolls.
I mean, I don't judge it. I'm not FIA.
No, I know, obviously.
I have invited Lion, but he hasn't seemed to join. Could you invite him? And if that doesn't work, we'll get in Yaps.
Nice message from Ali, just saying congratulations to Ferrari, pretty much. I think we should perhaps also get Ali in, maybe, to talk about
Addy
the
can't
championship.
use enough Wi-Fi.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, I'll invite Lion once more. If that doesn't work, we'll get Yaps in. He's on Do Not Disturb, so he might not see these invites.
Hey, here we are, he's in. Mate,
There we go, he is here.
I'll let you take the interviews today, mate, because I'm just definitely not feeling for it, mate. So if you want to conduct it,
Yeah,
Shane.
no problem, Jay, no problem. Hello, Lion, make sure you
Hello.
include your audio.
Yep.
Oh, what was it like being in that sort of battle?
Very scary because no, at any point your wing can just fly off. So yeah, it was a lot of fun though, very fun. But yeah.
But you did well here today. A podium. Another example why you shouldn't have been in Tier 2 at all. Yeah, just a brilliant race. Do you want to talk us through anything specific? I know a lot of the battle was focused on Kimmy and Wookie. So is there anything you'd like to point out? Any inputs?
Not really, but I will say one thing. Massive shout out to Rob for being the Merc team principal. Thanks for everything he's done for me and for the academy as well. Yeah. Apart from that, that's pretty much it.
I mean, you drove really well today. I don't really know what else I can really say from it. I know it's a bit of a short interview, but that just means you get to often enjoy the rest of your evening a bit quicker. Thank you very much for joining us, Lion.
Right.
Good having you. Good having
Cheers.
you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Shall I invite team principal of Ferrari, owner of NXR,
Yes, please.
and just a good driver, Yaps, in? And of course, then we'll invite our world champion in as well.
Ooh, we'll invite the world champion in after, but let's now invite the constructors champion in. Also, Bradders, you said it was going to rain.
Yeah, we're very good. It didn't rain, brothers.
Hello, Yaps. Make sure you include the audio.
Hey.
So, as constructors champion, pending FIA stuff, which I don't believe there really is any. Tell us, how does it feel?
It feels wonderful, honestly. Just amazing. Yeah, I was a bit worried at the start with there's some quick drivers artifact, Raz, Lion, but everything just fell into play today. Like, I was expecting Wookie to be hitting higher than me, to be honest, but I come through with P2. Some kerfuffle about them saying about a connection problem, but I don't know what happened, to be honest. I didn't make contact with anyone, but apparently I was DQ'd for a little bit.
We haven't seen anything like that on our end. Hopefully FIA will be able to
Sounds like they're trying to throw toys out the pram, but
well, who's saying it? That's
I think it was Callum 11. And
well,
yeah.
I mean,
we'll have to see.
I know Bradders' teams don't have any influence on this, but
we'll have to see.
Well,
yeah.
Congratulations first and foremost. Do you want to talk to us about the race at all? Any quali race, anything in particular? Because there was a lot of fighting going on.
Yeah, it was quite hectic towards the end there with the few safety cars. It was quite steady at the start. Quite dangerous on drops at the start as well, and then he got taken out. It would have been game over from lap 1, which wouldn't have been good. Yeah, it was quite dangerous, I think. Yeah, it was quite very, very dangerous today, scrapping everywhere. But it was enjoyable. That's all that matters. So
100%. It was definitely enjoyable for us watching as well. Even as someone who supports McMartin, I can say that it's been definitely amazing watching Ferrari all this season, and you are deserved winners of the Constructors' Championship.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no problem at all.
I just want to quickly say something actually. Are you aware this is me and Shane were talking, this is the first time the championships have been split, and I just think, how much do you reckon that's attributed to the new system of signing drivers with the draft?
I think it's a great system, to be honest. It does equal out or like fairness per se. Notice the constructors
Makes
is a lot.
everything balanced.
The constructors is a lot more closer. Everything's closer. Yeah, me and Mark got quite lucky. I was a bit rubbish back in the day, but stepped up the game. But then next season it's gonna equal out once again with the draft once again. So look forward to that.
Most definitely, most definitely. Any last words before we get in the Drivers' Championship to your Constructors' Championship?
No, just congratulations to Kimi once again. He's had a wonderful season. Unfortunately, Mark's been away for a few races, which has hindered him, evidently. But yeah, he deserves it. Completely.
Do
Yeah.
you feel like things would have been different if Mark was here for those races?
I feel.
I think we all know the answers.
Yeah, I think the constructors
Yeah.
would have been wrapped up a lot quicker. But who knows? Hindsight is a wonderful thing, isn't it? But yeah, Kimmy's took his chances while Mark's gone. I mean, no fault of Kimmy's, so fair play to him.
Well, yeah, thank you very much for joining us here this evening. Finally, congratulations on the Constructors' Championship. Have a great rest of your evening and enjoy the champagne.
Cheers, boys.
Congratulations.
Have a good one, Yaps.
So, try and invite the world
Would you please
champion.
go and get him the world champion?
The world champion of NXR. I don't think we quite heard Ali shout, "You are the world champion." I was hoping for maybe a good old Dubis Voltmeister, but
I mean,
know.
that would be if we were Red Bull, but we're not Red Bull, we are McMartin, and we will carve our own legacy, and this is the first championship of many, if I may speak on behalf of Ali. But let's not talk about the whole team, let's talk about the individual, and that individual is Kimmy. Please include your audio, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, cheers.
So, only one of the two championships this year. How do you feel about that?
Still pretty stoked. Me and Gail gave it our all, but yeah, Ferrari were with Mark and Wookie, they were just too good across the season. They pulled the Wookie card at the end, but I just weren't quick enough at Canada.
I mean, you won the race in the end. You literally couldn't do much more.
Yeah, I gave
anything you want to
absolutely
talk about that? You had some fights with Wookie there, had some fights with Lion. Anything you want to comment on that?
Yeah, just winning, all guns blazing. I just tried as best I could. Safety cars tried to hold me back, but yeah, just kept the penalties low, and then they tried being aggressive at the end, but just having low penalties meant I got them back.
Congratulations on that regard, or on the win, because the championships may have been decided, but congratulations on winning here today as well. That means you got the most wins this season, so congratulations on that.
Awesome, thank you.
Anything you want to say about the team? Anything you want to say about the car? Just, you've got free reign. This is the last time you're going to be interviewed this season, so go right ahead, mate.
Been a quality season. Loved every single race apart from Italy, especially. But other than that, no, my little watermelon car's been beautiful. She's been great all season, and especially at Canada, she was on rails. So yeah, thanks to Gail, and I'll never forget Italy in letting me get some more points for the championship. It could have proved crucial in the end, but yeah, he's been an awesome teammate all season, and McMartin have been class.
Never know, if the draft goes our way, we might see you here again, but let's not talk about the future, let's keep it on the present. Congratulations, enjoy your champagne, have a great rest of your evening. It's been a pleasure watching you race today.
I miss
Thank
seeing
you,
you
mate,
in a
appreciate it.
green car next season. But maybe you can be in some, maybe an Alfa Romeo, you know?
But wait and see. I look forward to it.
Well,
I think
that was definitely
an event
an
for one.
exciting race. And as we keep on this Aston Martin, let's switch to the Ferrari instead, because they're the stars today.
They have
Constructors' Championship
Charlotte
winners.
taking it.
Anything you want to say before we wrap things up, Jake?
I think I've just got a quick thing to say because obviously I don't know if I'll be on commentary next season, but I just want to say thanks to everybody that tunes in to watch these streams. I think, they're the real heroes of NXR. We couldn't do it if we didn't have the fan base. Well, we have got mainly a fan base of the people that are in NXR, but still, thank you for watching all these and, listening to me and tolerating my voice for a few races. And, if I'm not in the commentary booth next season, I want to know that it's been an absolute privilege to bring a few NXR races and commentate them through. And if I am, then here's to another good season. But if I'm not, then I want you to know that I've really thoroughly enjoyed my time with both you, Shaman, and of course with the viewers of NXR. So all I want to say is thank you.
I completely agree. Same with me. If I'm not here next season, I've really enjoyed the past season and a little bit extra with KLX before that. I love doing this. It's a fantastic way to spend my Sunday evenings. And yeah, I think that wraps things up. But I've been Shaman.
And for the final time in Season 4, I've been Jamal.
And this has been the season finale of Tier 1, Season 4, Around Canada. Thank you very much for watching. I really, really, really hope you've enjoyed it. See you next time, whenever that may be. Check out Tier 2 tomorrow. Peace.